Hello everyone, and today we are going to talk about how to help children to become better listeners, how to help them to listen to you, obey to you. And yes, this is huge. A lot of parents face this. They come to us and tell us that their children doesn't listen to them, and they'll have to tell them 10 times or 20 times to do something, and still they don't do it. And they end up bribing them or yelling at them, and that is how they get the things done by their kids. So, and that is something which is very bad. This bad listening skills, this bad listening habit has to be changed. And listening skills are really crucial, not only now at home, but also as the child becomes a teenager and an adult, and they're going to have this they have to use this listening skills to follow directions in future, the traffic rules, the societal rules, the laws and the commands and requests from their bosses at work, or follow some certain procedures in for a project in a college. And following directions is something that is going to follow them throughout their life in every stage. So these skills, these listening skills, has to be planted in the child at a very young age. This has to set a foundation in their mind at a very young age of 1 and 2. And this helps a child to become successful in the areas of life, because this listening skill is very crucial. So, and let's talk about how to get your children listen with some simple tips. Many of you actually know this. Many of you know all this, but sometimes people really miss these things. So let's start with number one. First thing is to make clear requests. Make clear requests to your child. See, you have to make a clear request, you'll have to be a good communicator first. Good communicator to tell your child what you want them to do in a clear way, and what you're expecting from them and when. So for this, let me give you an example. Like let's start with, you have to first get to their level. You have to get their attention towards you. Get their attention towards you, which means you need to get to their level. Either you'll have to sit down or kneel, or get on your knees, and you can just touch their arms slightly and have an eye contact with them and talk to them. Call them by their name, like Angel. Okay, when you call them by their name, Angel, Angel looks at you. She or he looks at you when you call the child by their name. And when you know that they're listening to you, make your request. And the request should be very clear and simple with few words. And most importantly, you have to know whether you're making you're asking a question, or you are giving an instruction. So there's a lot of difference in asking a question to a child and giving an instruction to the child. So for example, let's say you want your children to put the dishes on into the dishwasher or into the sink after they finish their food. So one of the child has left their plate or bowl on the dining table, and you're asking them to put it inside. So now the question would be, would you please like to put your plate into the dishwasher? What if your child doesn't want to do it? So this is an open-ended question. Now the instruction would be, please put your plate into the dishwasher right now at this moment. Please put your plate in the sink now, right now. So it's clear, telling the child what you're expecting them to do and when. So it's like now, right now. Pick up your plate and put it into the sink. That is what you're telling your child to do. And the child understands it very clearly. So one more example I would like to give you, like before going out, you want your child to wear shoes. Yeah, we all wear our shoes before we go out. So the same thing we want to tell to our child, we need to teach them. So a question would be, would you like to wear your shoes before going out? What if the child doesn't want to wear it? What if the child wants to go out barefoot? So the question is not correct for this. You'll have to tell them, you'll have to give them a request, clear instruction. The instruction would be, please put your shoes on before going out. Please put your shoes on. We are leaving now. They're going to wear it. They are going to understand that you want them to wear their shoes now as you are leaving. So it is clear, it is direct, it is polite. You're saying please. And say, so let's say if a child is jumping on a sofa and you're telling them, you know you shouldn't jump on the sofa, jumping is not good, you may hurt yourself, you may fall down, so please get down. So what are you actually telling the child? You're telling the child what will happen to the child if he jumps on the sofa. So now the instruction would be, here you're not direct. You're here telling them why they shouldn't jump on the sofa. So now let me tell you something. When kids are small, they need direct instructions and it has to be clear and in a few words. Please stop jumping on the sofa right now. Get out. Clear, direct, at this moment. So how is it? Please stop jumping on the sofa at this moment. The child understands it. It's very clear and direct. So now if the child is too small, like maybe 1 year or 2 year, use more few words like, stop jumping on the sofa. That's it, clear and direct. So we are telling exactly what you want them to do. So for example, if they're throwing blocks all around, and what are you going to tell them? You know, if you throw blocks, you may hurt somebody or you may get hurt, somebody may stamp on that. That's not the thing that you will have to tell your child. Be direct. Stop throwing blocks now. If you want to say, if you're saying don't do like that with your sibling, what does this mean? What is the child going to understand? Don't do like that with your sibling. You will have to be direct. Stop wrestling with your sister. Stop wrestling with your sister. Direct and clear. And for example, do not eat like that. What is that? What are you saying? Do not eat like that. What does that mean? Please, you have to be direct. Chew with your mouth closed, please. Or please chew with your mouth closed. Direct. So let's talk about what makes the child to not listen to your instructions. Okay, so number 2, second one is choices. When we give them a lot of choices, they tend not to listen to you. So I would be direct, saying that don't let your request get lost because of giving them choices. It's as simple as it. It's very important that parents realize when you give kids choices, they could say no to you, or they may not want to do that at that moment. For example, I'm telling my son, Sunan, it's time for bed, okay? or it's time to leave the park, okay? What if he's not okay with it? So that's going to arise a battle between me and my child, between you and your child. So give direct request to your kids. If you want to leave the park, let me say an example of mine. If I want to leave the park, I usually give my children 10 minutes heads up. So I say like, okay kids, we are leaving the park in 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, I say, we are leaving the park now. And I start walking away. So by seeing me walking away, my children, they follow me. And I like giving kids heads up because, I don't want to give just pour abruptly. You want to have easy transitions. So you want to give them 10 minutes or 5 minutes heads up and say, yeah, we're leaving now. 10 minutes are done, 5 minutes done. Come, we are leaving now, right now, and let's go start walking away, and they're going to follow you. You are the leader of your home, and so this is, very important to know that you are the leader of your home. And now there's a trend right now, parental trend, where parents give a lot of choice to children, so many choices, and that's really overwhelming to the child. When you give a child so many choices, they feel so happy, and it's giving them so much power. This type of power is not good for a child at the age of 11 or below. Why? Because they're not mature enough to make decisions. They're too young. Young children need to be led. They need to be led. They need to learn to follow instructions. And this film foundation means to follow instructions. And these instructions has to be led by the parent. Children need to be led. Okay, it's very important for children to learn how to be led, because when they are learning from another teacher, or you say that they're going to college or at the work, they need to be led by the teacher, by the boss, by their superiors. So when you give so many choices to kids below 11 years old, you're basically giving them so much power, and they don't know what to do with this power, and they get out of control. And because few parents give power of choices to their kids, the children run their homes. These are the homes called as child-led homes. The children decide where to go, what to eat, what to wear, what are the activities throughout the day, and it's actually not good for a child who is below 11 or who is 11. In future, they may have discipline problems or behavior problems and so on. So I want you to remember that you are the leader of your homes, and children are not mature enough to make sound choices yet, as they are only 11 and below 11. So because they don't understand the dangers outside, and they don't understand that without wearing a jacket in the winter, they're going to feel sick. Without wearing shoes before going out, they may hurt their feet. They do not know that if they don't hold your hand while they're crossing the road, it may harm them. They may fall down, or they may have some danger on the road. They don't understand the evil, the strangers out there. There's so much danger that can happen. They don't understand. They don't have that maturity level. So I'm not saying that don't give any choices to your kid, or you're going to be this or they say the authoritarian alpha dog type. No, I'm telling you to not give more choices. Let's say, would you like to have some more apple juice? There's nothing wrong in that. Would you like to have some more apple juice? Would you like to have one more paratha? Would you like to serve? Would you like some more, a bowl of potato curry, or a bowl of spinach, a bowl of broccoli, some more broccoli? Would you like to have some more salad? There's nothing wrong in these choices which you are giving them. But for example, let's say you are at the supermarket and you are asking your kid, which juice would you like to have? Strawberry juice, apple juice, cranberry juice, or lemonade, and so on. No, these are not the choices that has to be given to a child. You are giving them all these options as a parent, which is wrong. You are a parent and you are the leader of the house, so you will have to decide which juice is the healthiest for your family for that week. And this decision your child is not mature enough to take. So please keep in mind what are the choices that you can give to your child and what are the choices that you should decide. So you don't have to give your children all these choices. These things leads child to think that they are the center of the world or family, and that is not wrong. They need to understand that they are part of a family and not the center of the family. So there are few children who follow the instructions only when they are bribed or when their parents yell at them, and they're habituated to that, so they don't do anything until they get bribed or yelled. So what how to change this